So I wanted to talk to you because this doctor has got me on. I was talking to you last week about the challenges we were having writing the record and coming up with the creativity that's required to deliver 7 extra songs. And Dr. Sand turned me on to this amazing nutritional vape technology. Now this is something you are in partnership with, they're developing. Yeah. And this right here has changed the game for me. I'll show you how it works. It's just, look at that. Look at that. That is not only creatively stimulating, but it's providing me with nutritional basics, basically.
Tim, this was supposed to be a Popcorn Classic segment on the call sheet that I have.
We're getting to that after this segment, but I just want to share, speaking of popcorn, this nutritional vape system that you've invented now replaces my meals, and I'm not required to no longer eat because the vape liquids in here actually provide on a molecular level the nutrition that I need, and then my body and blood gets to absorb it. And so I basically haven't had a bite to eat in 6 days, and this is pure nutrition. And you know, for example, that would be like having a snack.
But what's wrong with digestion?
Well, don't you feel tired sometimes after a big meal?
Yeah.
That's like a turkey dinner.
And you haven't felt any fatigue or feeling tired like you do after a big meal, right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have more energy than I've ever had before. There's a psychoactive element in this, which is creating creativity and giving me the ability to write lyrics and music. And what is this? You know, it's like 21st century technology is sort of hacking the actual biosystem. Is that what you were saying to me?
Yeah, well, I tweaked a traditional Chinese formula that was I put some dongchang xiaocao into it, which is a mushroom.
I've lost like 15 pounds too.
Yeah.
From when?
Yeah, past like 72 hours.
And the ma huang really opens up your lungs. Yeah, you just want to make sure that you drink water too while you're vaping because there's not as much fluid in it.
I could see getting hooked on this too because
it's not addictive.
No, I know it's not addictive. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying is this stimulates so much. If I didn't have it, I feel like I'd turn into like a zombie or something. But so I'm addicted to this, not in a literal medical sense, but I don't think I could live without it.
Is this FDA approved?
You know, things take so long when you include all of the bureaucracy, so we might as well.
Like it has that
we don't
immediate
want to wait for
buzz.
them.
There's an immediate buzz that's very intense, almost a pain. But that fades very quickly, and then sudden positivity and energy come flying through my brain in a very exciting, rapid pace. And I'm almost picturing a 6-dimensionality of, common sense, human sense, spiritual sense, as you were saying to me. It's almost like having a key, like your Kingston character, Greg, from Decker, that you can unlock the codes
that's
of
from
brain
training.
Technology.
Kington does that from training, military training, not from drugs.
I'm full. It's like I just had a big box of Oreo cookies or something. I feel full and almost sick from it. But it does have a neat flavor to it, too. It tastes like watermelons and grape soda. So thank you for this. Dr. Sand's been my guest. We'll be back next week with more On Cinema.
Get a bite to eat or something. Well, not
for me. No, I don't need that. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of On Cinema at the Cinema. I am your host, Tim Heidecker.
Bringing some expert commentary to the world of current cinema. So that's why you haven't been by the theater.
No, and I've been on this stuff basically full time. So I've been here Tuesday at the bus station.
All this is going to get cut from the episode, so you might as well just stop.
Do you have the thing, the movies?
Yeah. But you should at least wait until afterward. There's no reason to do that on air.
If this doesn't get into my system, I go to a bad place.
At this point, you're the only customer in the whole world that guy has. Everyone else has either moved on or died.
I don't want to be in this position. I'd rather not have the pregnancy terminated. I'd rather the pregnancy not happen to begin with.
Well, I'm sure she'd rather that she had married somebody else and have the movies, future movies of Decker, spring from the pages of the comic book, because that's how a lot of these big studios do it, and it seems to work for them. I would have to say 5 bags of popcorn is a slam dunk rating for this, and I'm going to throw in a pair of handcuffs for Dr. San for doing this once again.
Can't read this.
9 Lives, and my favorite, Christopher Walken.
I'm so tired. I've been trying to sleep at the bus I'm sorry, I'm talking this way. I'm trying not to breathe out of my nose.
Okay, well,
I don't want the ideas from my head to come out of my nose. I want everything to stay inside. I'm trying not to breathe out of my nose because I don't want the ideas from my brain to come out of my nose.
okay.
Suicide Squad.
It's a kiddie movie for sure. Any movie where a businessman becomes a cat is probably going to have more interest to children than to adults, but
We are on cinema on location.
no, 9 Lives with Kevin Spacey. Did you see that? Do you have a chance to see it?
5 bags of popcorn and
Okay, on to the first segment this season of one of our most all-time beloved segments called On Cinema On Location. In this segment, we look behind the scenes at motion picture filming that took place in a variety of locations. One season we did it with Oh God, which is one of my favorites. We will be seeing a lot more of those as the season progresses. All right, just shut it down. We'll be back next week with
wow.
more movie reviews. You can't come in like this and do this on the show.
Sorry. I'm really sorry.
You know, I'm bringing new professionalism to it this season, and for you to come in
I can't go.
sweaty.
I can't go back. I understand you. I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, good.
Hello, my name is Tim Heidecker. I am the host of On Cinema at the Cinema. And as some of you know, I made a fool of myself here on this very broadcast last week. It has been a very, very challenging couple of weeks for me and my family. And the last thing I ever wanted to do was bring you, the On Cinema family, into it. A few weeks ago, I was introduced to a nutritional system through the Dr. San, which I was led to believe was going to inspire creativity and was going to give me a healthier life. What it actually did, in fact, was cause me a tremendous amount of trouble, made me make some very, very bad decisions, which led to my wife leaving me and moving back to Japan permanently. And it led me to hurt you, my friend. It led me to do some terrible things to my band, Dakar.
You didn't review the movies?
And I told you I'm going to have this opportunity to explain myself. I went to after last week's taping, I went to the clinic and had my blood tested. And the doctor came in with his mouth wide open. He said he couldn't believe the substances that were in my body and the levels by which they were at in my body. There were high levels of speed, synthetic marijuana, synthetic cocaine, PCH, some PCH 9/11 or something like that. He said I would have been dead if I had not come in. Now let that sink in.
What are the movies this week?
But I'm wearing the Dakar shirt today to let you know that I am fully committed to my band, Dakar. I'm committed to my health. And I'll just get this out of the way. This is, I want to apologize because I threw these guys under the bus a couple weeks ago. And, you know, this is a great company that makes these devices. And I was able to connect again with Dr. Sand, and we figured out through, I mean, he's admitting that it was his fault, that the dosage and the chemistry that he had combined to make this for me was all wrong. And we were able to dial it in and actually find the right amounts for me. And also it has just a slight psychoactive element that keeps me creative because we're still working on the record. At the archive. So don't everyone worry about me. This is a much better place for me to be. There's no synthetic cocaine in here or any of that kind of crap. It's all natural, actually.
I've been getting complaints from the landlord at the archive that I need to talk to you about because I do not want to lose that space.
Okay,
When I have
I
a
just want to
schedule
know
for screenings.
what you expect me to be doing.
Well, I'll show you the
myself.
complaint that I got from the landlord, and it's very specific, but I just don't want to lose the place.
You're not going to lose the place. You're being very uptight about this. This landlord's he doesn't know what he's doing. Trust me. I'll talk to him.
They were strictly just living there because it was cheap rent, you know, and the bathroom, having them change the locks on that had nothing to do with anything I was doing.
All right.
And you knew that, so I
Well,
don't know why you would bring it up on this show.
we got, when you're at this movie theater, we got Juliana screaming like a little kitty cat. Don't tell Axia, by the way. And I can do an impression if you want.
No. Yeah, Hands of Stone is interesting. It's not being called Raging Bull 2, but essentially it is, but with a twist, is that now Robert De Niro is the trainer, and he's training a young fighter, whereas in Raging Bull he was the fighter. So shades of Rocky Balboa. In those movies, Rocky Balboa has become the trainer rather than the fighter. And so now Raging Bull has gone that same route, kind of the flip side of the James Bond coin. He's an expert at what he does, but what he does is something that's not appealing in the way that saving the country is appealing when Decker does it. And so he's kind of an anti-hero.
$5 bags. Whoa, that hit me hard.
5 bags of popcorn.
Yay. Hold on.
You need to do this stuff before you come into film because it's just really disruptive.
It's gonna fucking come out my nose. Ah, wow. Sorry about that, folks.
I also think Tommy Lee Jones as Max Adams is an unforgettable character that.
Oh, wow. Thanks for bearing with me last week. Sorry, I was in this accident on the, as Greg told you, and very quickly the story was my vape pen, which was, I didn't realize, a piece of junk from China, had overheated and caught fire on one of the cardboard boxes holding the archives. So flaming VHS copies landed on my face as I was sleeping, which woke me up. And luckily I was able to escape the inferno and rushed out into the middle of the street where I was rescued and taken to the hospital. See you next season. So we're in a little bit of pain today, which is why this has come in handy again and again, because it takes the pain away. Beautiful. 20.
20 ounce food. Greg, what do you
I
want?
already brought my own food.
You can't bring food in. What do you want?
Thanks, Mark. Wow. Hey everybody, welcome back to Six Bag Cinemas. God. What are you doing? Turn the lights on. Basically, me and the good doctor, San, and I have developed this very special blend of what I'm calling the TCH vape system. Kit sets you up with the beautiful machine here and the preloaded and USB cable. And stick around, we got Dr. San coming who's going to talk all about this. He's going to be at the festival doing lectures.
Well, this new blend is 100% Ma Huang free, so we got that heart palpitation.
That was the shit that was
stuff out
driving
of
me
it.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have this friend who started a farm of Bufo alvarius toads, and so he raises the toads out in the desert.
Right.
And or he milks the venom sacs, and we get a little
What?
bit. So we put a little bit of Bufo alvarius venom in the mix.
Right.
That helps us regulate our brain waves so they are on the same level as like a master meditator, like a monk who's been in a cave for 20 years.
Wow, it's good for your
Who's
body.
nuts then?
So we're very excited about that. And there's gonna be great music, great vibes, great food. We're gonna have a Six Bag Cinema food truck featuring the sliders and the truffle oil dipping arrangement. And all right, cool. Greg, do you have a popcorn classic for me?
I do. Do we have, you're going to give me some time to do it, or you're just going to keep talking about drugs? This is a movie about a high school student who's convinced that true love doesn't exist. And I think for anyone who likes good teen movies, this is right up there with Rebel Without a Cause or any of the other movies. This movie did get 5 bags of popcorn.
That's coming on strong now.
If you're a Peter Gallagher head, you'll enjoy the movie nonetheless, as I did. And it is 101 minutes long. And can we roll a Road to Hollywood segment?
Ooh.
Tim, can we roll a
We'll be back
Road to
next
Hollywood?
week. And thanks for watching. We'll come to the Electric Sun Desert Music Festival.